Alright, welcome back. Bound for the Ardennes, SPI 1978. We are now on the U.S. turn 8, or 19 December p.m. They did get a reinforcement here, but the big ones start coming in 2 turns. And now to kind of figure out where we're at here, I went ahead and calculated the victory points. I won't necessarily show you this on all, but the rules do state that victory points are each town occupied on the map is 1 victory point. In general, Bastogne is a special case. Each city is 2 victory points, and as far as I can tell, there's only 2 cities on the map, here and here, for a total of 3 hexes of city. So if we run the numbers, okay, and here's the big one. If the U.S. maintains Bastogne at the end of the game, they get 8 BP, and right now they have it, them 6 VP for these 3 city hexes, and then 5 VP for the remaining towns they have. I could go over it. I tried to mark them with these stars here. No German losses. So the American total is 19. Now this is a joker in the mix here. German units, any German mech units, not including mechanized engineer or artillery, above 4 is a victory point. So the Germans have to get 6 of their mech units off the board, and of course the biggest concentration is 2nd Panzer and Panzer Lehr. The 5th Fallschirmjäger does have a mech infantry here that would count 2. So they have to get units off the board. Now the Germans, unfortunately, I thought, well, they've got 9 victory points for the towns they've taken. And you know, I could run through it. I did the numbers here. And then U.S. losses, specifically they say battalion units do not count. So that means the Germans have 1, 2, 3 victory points for U.S. losses. So let's see if that makes it go away again. So right now it's a U.S. win, but let's look at this. First off, if the Germans take Bastogne and hold it, the U.S. goes down to 11, and the Germans go to 13. Very slim win there. Germans could take more towns. There is a town down here that they could take, this one right here. But then they've also got to get units off the board. So, and right now they've tentatively got a path off the board. I mean, here they've got to exit from these hexes. And in theory they've got one here. This mech infantry is holding, Panzergrenadier, sorry. And they could slip stuff off here. They're covering it here. Or they could, if they succeed in getting around Bastogne, and the mech units would have to go off for pretty much 2nd Panzer and Panzer Lehr. Like I said, we got to get 6 units off. So that would be all 2nd Panzer and pretty much 3 out of the 4 of Panzer Lehr, and they'd be good to go. Or they do have, they have these 2 5 units that would count too. So, yeah, but they can only leave 4 on the board at the end of the game. So, and that doesn't include these units here. So, it's kind of looking tough. Now the problem the U.S. has is they don't get their big reinforcements for 2 turns. The Germans potentially have an escape route. They do have enough strength to start taking down these fortresses. And then here's the other problem down here. This guy, I've been beating my head. He's trapped. I can't think of any way to pull him out. I'll show you the options in a second. And if this falls apart, maybe they probably couldn't hold this with the U.S. reinforcements. But the whole goal here is to get in the way of these. All of these reinforcements are coming anywhere from P to R, I think even S. Yeah, here we go. Well, let's see. These first ones come in at P, and then these come in at P, and then we see some P to S, Q to R. So they're all coming in along here. P is the highest one, so if they can just slow these units down, then they can maybe take Bastogne or at least get the units off. So it's tough, but there's a chance here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the U.S. turn. I spent too much time staring at this trying to figure out what to do. I did tweak here. I failed to move these artillery units from last turn. And thanks for the rules in the comments. I think it was Doug who straightened me out here. And I can go into march mode if I'm adjacent to another unit in march mode. It's just at the end of the movement phase, I have to be at least 1 hex away. So you see here they kind of spread out. And these artillery units will come in handy here. So the Germans do want them up here. Now the US move is going to be rather anticlimactic, but let's go ahead and let's go through the sequence of play here. Let's do it right. Now supply determination, that's an issue. If we look at it, this guy is out of supply, which pretty much took the doing a counterattack with these two units at 2-to-1 out of this mix, because his attack factor is halved. So that now becomes a 1-to-1, and that's in light woods. That's no good at all. No good at all. Nothing to the defender, all bad for the attacker. So that option got off the table with him being out of supply. And I believe that's the only unit that is out of supply. I'm looking, yeah, this guy can trace back because these guys are negating. They're all good down here. So, and then this guy's in supply coming through the 2nd Panzer. And this guy's definitely in supply. So that's the end of the supply phase. Then we got air power, no air power. Then we got building. I may be abandoning one of these, but at least these are finished. We'll see. Okay, I don't know if this guy's going to stay here. I'm considering just moving back here and blowing this bridge. Of course, that means the Germans can move here and then take this town. Which is problematic. Not enough units here. Okay, there is nobody else who can... Wow, that's cool. There's nobody else that can build. They're all in zones of control. So that's the end of the build phase. Battery segment, I'm going to keep this guy in battery. Mode adjustment, and again, nobody can go to travel mode. Well, potentially this guy could, but you know, that's 4 victory points. Of course I'm not going to give that up. Or then have to use some of these units to retake it, so got to keep that screened. So that's the end of the mode adjustment. Oh, no it isn't. I gotta remove, pick this guy. There we go. Okay, so they're all set. Out of travel mode. So now we got the movement segment, and wow, I went through all sorts of permutations. First I thought, let's do a counterattack here, push them back, we'll get to here and blow this bridge, but unfortunately it's a 2-to-1 in broken. And if I look at this, yeah, I'm looking on this side, the worst I can do at 2-to-1 and wait, 2-to-1 and broken here. Either way, he'll lose a step, and that's it. And then I've got a 50% chance. So he's got a 1, 2, 3. Well, he'll lose a step. He won't retreat, and then I'll potentially got a good chance I'll lose a step. So I decided not against that. Then I was worried about this. Maybe I'd leave him here to prevent him from getting to the road here. I thought maybe I'd move this guy out, but then this guy can move here and surround this guy, in theory. So, not quite sure what to do here. So I settled on moving this guy, and it costs 2 plus 1 to leave Zoc. I kind of messed that up at the beginning of the game. So that's 3. Let's look at this, make sure I get it right. Yeah, 2 for broken, plus 1 for leaving Zoc. So that's 3, and then I want to go into here, which is light woods, 6. Okay, and what this does is, of course, makes this hard to take. Now, at first I said I don't want to do that because now this guy's going to do that. But that's okay, because if he did do that, that's as far as he could go, 1, 2, 3. He'd be in leg mode, 2 + 1, leaving Zog as 3. But the closest German could do is get here, maybe, and then I'd have a straight path to below the bridge during my turn. I'd have a 50-50 chance from 1 hex away, so I doubt this guy's going to move. That's a calculated risk. So this is strong, this is strong, but I have no spare units, and you'll see later I don't know what to do with that reinforcement, so I actually decided to move this guy out. 1, 2, 3. By moving this guy out now, I've got some flexibility here. I ran the odds here. Best they can do right now, if they wanted to go for a coup de main on Baston with Panzerlehr, would be 13 to 9. That's 1 to 1. It would go to 2 to 1 for divisional integrity, but then it would go down to 1 to 2 because we're in a city, light woods, and of course if we look at this, it's here. And really, wow, the best they could hope for is getting engaged. Otherwise it's just goodbye Germans. It's just not worth. Wow, there's even a chance they could kill. Yep, not going to do that. So I think that's okay. Later I can get reinforcements from here if I have to. So now we've got these two as very strong. Flank is protected. And we do have a reserve. That's what this guy ends up being. That's the problem the U.S. has. They have enough units to pretty much cover the line, but absolutely no reserves. This guy will just stay here. Because he's on the other side of heavy woods. I mean, this guy can't move here. He could move 1, 2 here, but then he can't move here. These guys, so it really can't generate an attack against this guy. But I can't leave him because this guy will go off to the races. So he's going to stay here and screen that flank. I can't think of anything better. These guys inevitably are going to push him off the road, but that's one more turn of delay. Then I looked here, and this is where it's tough. I do have a reinforcement here. And I'll just, well, let's see, where does he come in? Yeah, he comes in off the west edge, anywhere off the west edge. So in theory, he could go into Baston, but the problem I have is this guy. You know, at first I thought I could take him travel mode right up to here and give this guy a retreat route, but this has 3 to 1 on him then. And it's entirely possible. This guy only has 1 step. Yeah, he's unit eliminated. And if we look at the CRT, 3 to 1 in light woods, he's eliminated on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's pretty much eliminated on 1 through 5. And the problem is, that'll have units left here, and guess what? I can advance, and boom, I'd go right there. And that would pretty much seal the fate of this unit. So I decided against that. So let's put that back here. But the question is what to do with him. This guy's going to stay here. This guy's kind of stuck here. He's kind of pinned against the... I guess he could go over here. 1, 2, 3, which is the same thing as going 1, 2, 3. So this guy, to get movement back, I'm moving him here. Now the Germans could run up this road and try and attack him again. That's fine. And, or I could move him here, but then this guy, of course, would go off to the races. 1, 2, off he goes. Don't want some Tigers and Jagdpanzers driving up this road to Ardennes. So he's going to go there. So technically we've got the road screened. And what I thought I'd do is move this guy here. Comes in on march mode. And he can do it then. If I run the numbers, he can come down this road and get here. Is that the best move? I don't know. Anybody watching, you know anything better? Going to keep this road blocked for now. He's got a retreat route. He's fine. I can't get him over here. That's something I would have liked to do, but then they could have attacked him and sealed his fate. So by doing this, if he takes a step loss, he can retreat 1, take a loss, and then he's free. And this guy's backstopping with zone of control, so nobody can really advance. Get carried away, armor advance. Now, this guy actually could, on a 1 to 3, blow this bridge. This guy could stay here. I'm not terribly happy with that position. And actually, I think this is a better position at this point. Yeah, and that keeps us there. This is actually a victory point, too. I don't want to... First, I thought about moving him here, but the Germans could come up here. Only got a 50-50 chance to blow this bridge. Unless I move this guy here. But see, the problem with moving him here is, and this guy could set up, well, let's see, he could go 1, 2, and he can't cross the river, but he could then go here. And now that's kind of getting behind this guy, so let's just leave him here. So yeah, I don't like what's going on here, and that's too bad I had to use this guy here, but this is all about delay for these guys showing up. And now at this point, not letting these get too far that they can delay the reinforcements. So, yeah, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a retreat route here. This guy can't go. He can only go here. That would be 1, 2, 3. Then you'd be out of supply. And then I've got this guy at least to maneuver. And these are strong positions it'll hold. And if I had to reinforce Baston, I could do it. I could go 1, 2, 3. So I'm still in a position to reinforce it, where this guy could always come back. So is this the best move? I don't know, but you know, this is almost like chess now, putting the right people in the right spot. Yeah, this guy can't advance here, and then see, the problem is if I put this guy here, well, in theory I have a supply route. If I found the Germans, I'm going to instead attack here, eliminate this unit, and advance here. And this guy's in a world of trouble, so I'm going to leave him there. So if they do win, we've still got Zox that'll stop their advance. If there was nobody here and they won, you know, maybe got 3 advance, they go 1, 2, 3. They could start, you know, coming down the road or whatever. So this pretty much stops them right here, and these guys are okay. And hopefully this bridge will blow. So we'll see. We can't blow this bridge because this guy's in the way. Zones of control don't block, but actual enemy units block. So, alright, enough of that strategizing. Gets me at 17 minutes for the US. This is quite the conundrum. So then we're in the bridge phase. And we've pretty much got one roll. I'm going to take my chances. Well, maybe not. I don't like the vassal die roller. So let's bring up our handy dandy not here. Hold on. Alright, really doesn't matter if it's this guy or this guy. It's a 1 to 3 roll to blow this bridge up, and you can only try one try. So let's roll the dice. Nope. A fail. No bridge blow. Bummer. That would have been nice because it would have slowed the Germans down. Now as the Germans, yep, gonna drive right up here. And then we'll see what they have to do here. I think they're gonna have to attack here. So that is the end of the US turn. I went a little long here, but that's just because I'm beating my head against the wall here. Are these the best moves? I don't know. The Germans could concentrate and try and take this. Concentrate, try and take this. Wait for their artillery. And hopefully they can get it. So for the Germans to win, well, take Baston would do it. But also they've got to get a path off the board. And here they've got kind of something. And then down here, well, like I said, I'm thinking of using the 5th Fallschirmjäger, shifting them over here and making this static. But by the same token, if they can break this open and block the reinforcements coming across, that will help too. So it's tight, but it's not over yet for the Germans. So anyway, if you'd like this, please click like. Please comment on any errors I make. Doug, thank you for continuing to watch this video and give me corrections and stuff, but any strategy too. But beyond that, and also if you haven't subscribed, please click subscribe, and when we come back it will be the 9th turn, 20 December, and then the Horde. Here comes Patton here real soon. So anyway, see you at the next recording. Thanks for listening.